this is Rue. Welcome to the SlashGear Weekly Roundup. It's Sunday, June 12th, 2011. It's going to be a big night for the Mavs. But we still have to round up the week's tech news because it was also a big week for tech. We had two major events going on at the same time, Apple's Worldwide Developer Conference and the E3 Gaming Conference. So let's kick off with Apple's WWDC, which revealed all the details on Mac OS X Lion, iOS 5, and the iCloud. OS X Lion is a major revamp with over 250 new features, of which the following 10 were highlighted. With OS X Lion, multi-touch gestures will be an integral part of how you navigate your system's interface. You can say goodbye to scroll bars and welcome several new swiping, pinching, and tapping gestures. Full screen apps will now be standard and appear on screen similar to how they appear on iPads. They will take advantage of your entire screen, but with a simple 3-finger swipe to the right, you can reveal your desktop. A simple 3-finger swipe upwards brings a new bird's eye view called Mission Control that shows everything going on in your system. It combines expose and spaces to show both multiple desktops and multiple full screen apps all together. The Mac App Store will now be built into Lion and will offer in-app purchases, push notifications, sandboxing for better security, and Delta updates. A new app navigation interface called Launchpad can be brought up using a pinch motion that displays all your apps in a grid layout that looks similar to what you see on your iPhone and iPad. Resume brings you right back to where you left off when you quit an application. It also works system-wide, not just in your apps. Autosave for Lion will automatically save everything for you in the background. It adds a new history drop-down to your menu bar, including lock, duplicate, revert to last open, and browse all versions. And that brings us to versions, which looks like Time Machine but works for each document rather than your whole system. You can even take manual snapshots as well as cut and paste between versions. AirDrop is an easy way to share files peer-to-peer over Wi-Fi. The Mail interface has been revamped with full-height messages, a favorite bar, and message snippets. There are also new search suggestions, Boolean searches, and conversation views. OS X Lion will require 4 GB of space on your hard drive and is expected to arrive in July for only $29.99. And you don't need separate licenses if you have multiple Mac computers. One license lets you install on all of them. iOS 5 is also a major revamp with over 200 new features, of which the following 10 were highlighted. Probably the most requested update for iOS 5 is the notification system. Apple has completely revamped it with a new notification center that pulls together all of your notifications into one list ordered by apps. This list can be accessed at any time by swiping down from the top of the screen. Notification alerts are also less obtrusive. A simple animation shows up to alert you and quickly goes away, but can be easily accessed again by swiping down to reveal the notification center. Tapping on any notification takes you directly to the app where it came from, and they can be dismissed one by one or all together. Also, the lock screen will now show notifications as well. The newsstand feature makes it easier to access your subscriptions to magazines and newspapers and downloads them in the background whenever new issues are ready. Twitter is now deeply integrated into iOS, and you can use single sign-on similar to Facebook. Twitter is integrated with many native apps such as Camera and Photos that lets you tweet directly from those apps. Safari Reader optimizes the layout of pages for the iPad and the iPhone, and you can email the content of articles instead of just the link. Reading List lets you quickly save a story to read later, and it gets saved on all of your iOS devices, as well as your reading list on your Mac and Windows. Also added for Safari is full tab browsing. A new native app called Reminders lets you keep to-do lists and set up reminders based on dates as well as locations. And it can be synced with iCloud and even Outlook. Your iPhone and iPad camera can now be accessed faster directly from the lock screen, and the volume up button can now be used to take the photo. You can also pinch to zoom and hold your finger on part of an image to set autofocus and exposure lock. You can also edit your photos natively, such as red eye reduction, quick enhance, and cropping tools. Mail now gets rich text formatting, indentation support, draggable addresses, and flagging. Search works across the entire message and not just the subject. There's also better enterprise support with S-MIME for encryption, and a new split keyboard option will be available on the iPad interface for more convenient thumb typing. iOS 5 will also make your mobile devices PC free. There's no longer need to sync with your desktop computer. A new iPhone or iPad will automatically set up and activate. Software updates will now come over the air, and there will also be Delta updates. Game Center is now more social. You can add photos and even compare yourself against friends and friends of friends, as well as play turn-by-turn games. iMessages will be an enhancement to the native messaging app. You can now talk to individuals as well as groups, and it supports text, photo, and video messaging. There will be optional delivery and read receipts, and you can see if someone else is typing. Messages are pushed to any device that you're logged in on. It works over 3G and Wi-Fi and is completely encrypted. iOS 5 is scheduled to arrive this fall. It will support the iPhone 3GS, iPhone 4, both versions of the iPad, and the 3rd and 4th generation of the iPod Touch. And now the iCloud, which is probably the most anticipated news from the Apple event. The iCloud automatically stores your content in the cloud and wirelessly pushes it to all your devices and is integrated with all of your apps. Apple's Mobile Me service, which used to cost $99 a year to sync your contacts, calendar, and mail, will no longer exist. Instead, contacts, calendar, and mail have now been rebuilt from the ground up for the iCloud and will be synced for free. The App Store will now show purchase history and let you re-download apps to any of your devices that don't already have them installed. New app purchases will automatically be pushed to all of your iOS devices. iBooks will work the same way for ebooks that you've purchased, but it will also sync any bookmarks that you create so that you can pick up reading where you left off from any of your devices. Backup is now done wirelessly to the cloud instead of via iTunes to your desktop. Once daily, your content is automatically backed up so that if you ever switch to a new phone, you can just enter your username and password to get your data automatically synced to the new device. Purchase music, apps, books, camera roll for both photos and videos, device settings, and app data will all be automatically backed up to the cloud. Documents will also automatically sync via the cloud for Apple's Pages, Numbers, and Keynote apps. PhotoStream will bring your photos to the cloud and sync them across all your devices. iTunes will do the same for your music and also adds purchase history that will let you re-download previously purchased songs. A new iTunes Match feature scans your music library to find a match in Apple's music library. This way you don't have to upload all your songs to the iCloud in order to sync your devices, which can take a long time. iTunes Match takes only a few minutes, and for $24.99 a year, it can even match music that wasn't purchased from iTunes and stream it to your device at 256 kilobits per second, AAC DRM-free audio quality. The iCloud will be available this fall with the launch of iOS 5. That wraps up Apple WWDC, and now we're moving on to the E3 2011 gaming conference. E3 2011 brought previews and demos of all the hottest upcoming video games, plus some major announcements from Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo. Microsoft previewed several new Xbox 360 games that will all be optimized for heavy interaction using Kinect. The major titles include Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, Tomb Raider, and Mass Effect 3. All three will feature Kinect support, and Mass Effect 3 will even integrate Kinect voice controls. Other games to get Kinect support include EA Sports franchises Madden NFL, FIFA World Cup, and Tiger Woods PGA Tour, which all add both motion and voice control. Some other game titles previewed include Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Future Soldier, Star Wars Rise, Forza Motorsports 4, Minecraft, Disneyland Adventures, and Kinect Fun Labs. Microsoft's Xbox Live interface got revamped to look similar to the UI of the Windows Phone 7 and Windows 8. It was later confirmed that Xbox Live will be built into Windows 8 and be the main media service across Windows PCs, phones, and the Xbox. A lot of emphasis was put on Kinect eventually replacing a remote in the living room. Kinect's voice and motion controls can be used to change channels, select movies, and launch games. These new features should arrive this fall. Sony's main attraction was the unveiling of their next-generation portable, the NGP, which promises to bring PS3 console-quality games to the handheld. But before they got to that, they previewed several new 3D titles and even announced a new 3D bundle package that includes a 24-inch 3D HD TV capable of dual-screen play, a 6-foot HDMI cable, the new Resistance 3 game, and a pair of active 3D glasses, all for $499. Additional glasses cost $69.99. They also previewed some new titles for the PlayStation Move, including NBA 2K12, for which they brought on stage Kobe Bryant to demo. Other new PlayStation Move optimized titles include Medieval Move, Dead Man's Quest, Infamous 2, Little Big Planet, Starhawk, Sly Cooper, Thieves in Time, Dust 514, and BioShock. And finally, Sony unveiled the NGP, which turned out to be officially named the PS Vita. It features a 5-inch OLED touchscreen, 6-axis motion sensor, front and rear touch panels, as well as front and rear cameras. The device will also come with 2 new social features called Party and Near. Party lets you voice chat with other PS Vita gamers in the same game room regardless where they're physically located. Near lets you connect and play with other PS Vita gamers that are physically located nearby. You can also recommend games and compare trophies with them. Ruin, Mod Nation Racers, and Street Fighter X Tekken were presented as new games for the PS Vita. More than 80 titles are currently being developed for the device from major publishers including EA, Capcom, and Activision. Pricing for the Wi-Fi only model is set at $249, while the 3G Wi-Fi model is set for $299. However, the 3G service for the device will initially be offered only through AT&T. Nintendo also had a major hardware announcement with their next generation Wii console. But of course, before they could get to that, they first previewed some new titles for the Nintendo 3DS, which included Star Fox, Super Mario 3D, Kid Icarus The Uprising, and Luigi's Mansion 2. A Pokédex 3D was also introduced for the Pokemon Black and White editions that will be available for free exclusively through the Nintendo eShop. Now for the next-gen Wii that's been called the Wii 2 as well as Project Cafe, well, it turns out to be officially named the Wii U. The Wii U involves a new game console along with a new game controller with its own display that will open up many new possibilities in different forms of gameplay. The controller features a 6.2-inch touchscreen display, 2 analog circle pads, a front-facing camera, plus all the regular Nintendo controller buttons. The new Wii U console is backwards compatible with Wii games and also works with classic Wii remotes. However, it was later confirmed that only one Wii U controller can be used per Wii U console. The new controller also will not be sold separately from the new console. Make sure to check out our hands-on with the Wii U on SlashGear.com. That wraps it up for those 2 major events. We also covered a Motorola press event later on last week that announced the new Motorola Triumph and the Motorola Photon 4G. Triumph is Virgin Mobile's first Android device, and the Photon 4G is Motorola's new flagship Android smartphone for the WiMAX carrier. Make sure to check out our hands-on for those devices on SlashGear.com and make sure to check back for the full reviews. And that wraps it up for the entire week. Thanks for watching. This is Rue with SlashGear, and we'll see you next time.
Let's see the back. We should just
Woo! Can you
Is
see
that
it?
no?
Can you see it? Can't see it.
No. Yeah, like that. Show me.
Woo!
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Woo! Woo! Let's go, Mavs! Beat the Heats!
But
Yeah!
let's do the girly version. See how is it?
Oh. Let's go, Mavs! Beat the Heat!
My God, I'm so tired about.